Try inflation. It's a term we hear often, but what does it really mean for you and your wallet? Simply put, inflation is the reason your money buys less over time. It's a subtle but powerful force that affects everyone. It's the rate at which prices for goods and services rise across the board, steadily reducing your purchasing power. From the price of groceries to the cost of your daily commute, inflation touches nearly every aspect of our lives. Imagine a $20 bill. 10 years ago, it bought much more than it does today. You could fill your basket with more items or afford a nicer meal. The bill itself hasn't physically changed, but its value, what it can actually purchase, has dropped because prices have generally gone up. This is the core of what inflation represents. Governments actually aim for a small, steady inflation rate, about 2% a year, to keep the economy moving at a healthy pace. This encourages spending and investment. But when inflation rises too fast, surging beyond the target, it erodes your savings at an accelerated rate. The money you've worked hard to save loses its value more quickly, and makes it significantly harder to keep up with the increasing cost of living. Everyday expenses become a greater burden, impacting your financial well-being. If your savings grow slower than the rate of inflation, you're essentially losing money in real terms, even if the nominal balance appears to be increasing. Therefore, understanding inflation, how it works, and its potential impact is the crucial first step to protecting your financial future and making informed decisions about your money. Inflation hits hardest where you spend most, the essentials that keep your household running. It's a squeeze on your wallet that's hard to ignore. Groceries, gas, and housing. These are the big three, the areas where rising prices truly make a difference in your day-to-day financial well-being. At the grocery store, prices creep up, seemingly on everything you regularly buy. Eggs, milk, bread, all cost more than they did a few years ago. It's a subtle increase, but it adds up quickly. Your $100 weekly grocery bill might now be $120 for the same items. That's a 20% increase, forcing you to make tough choices about what to cut back on. At the gas station, filling your tank costs much more than it used to, putting a strain on your transportation budget, and higher fuel prices raise the cost of everything delivered to you. From online shopping to essential supplies, transportation costs are embedded in almost every product. Housing is the biggest expense for most people, and rents or mortgages keep rising. Securing a stable and affordable place to live is becoming increasingly challenging. If your rent goes up faster than your income, you fall behind. It creates a cycle of financial stress that's difficult to break. These everyday expenses show how inflation directly impacts your life. It's not an abstract concept, it's a tangible reality. It's not just numbers on a chart, it's your budget, every month. It's the choices you have to make, and the sacrifices you might need to consider. That's why understanding inflation matters. It empowers you to make informed decisions and navigate these challenging economic times. Inflation is sneaky, a silent thief that erodes your purchasing power without you even realizing it's happening. It doesn't announce itself with fanfare, instead it creeps in, disguised as minor adjustments to the prices of everyday items. It happens slowly, so you barely notice. These incremental changes seem insignificant in isolation, but their cumulative effect can be substantial over time. A coffee goes up by 10 cents, seemingly a trivial amount. Your streaming service increases by $1, which might not seem like a budget breaker. Lunch creeps up by 50 cents. These tiny increases add up, slowly but surely chipping away at your disposable income, draining your wallet over time. It's like a slow leak that you don't notice until the tank is nearly empty. A 3% annual inflation rate, while seemingly modest, has a significant long-term impact. Means prices double in about 24 years. This means that what costs you $100 today will cost you $200 in less than a quarter of a century. If your income doesn't keep up with this rate, your standard of living drops. You'll be able to afford less and less over time even if your salary stays the same. Every extra dollar spent today without careful consideration is one less for your future goals, whether it's retirement, a down payment on a house, or simply financial security. That's why tracking your expenses is crucial. It's the first step towards understanding where your money is going and identifying areas where you can cut back. Compare your spending year to year. Look closely at the changes in prices. You'll see how much more you're paying for the same things. The results might surprise you and motivate you to take action. Awareness turns you from a passive victim of inflation, feeling helpless and overwhelmed, into someone who can take action and proactively manage their finances. Don't ignore small price hikes, treat them as warning signs, They're the real threat to your long-term financial well-being. So what causes inflation? Two main reasons: demand pull and cost push. Demand pull happens when more people want to buy things than there are things to buy. Prices go up. For example, if everyone suddenly has more money or easy credit, demand surges, but supply can't keep up. Cost push inflation is when it costs more to make things, like when oil or wages rise. Companies pass those higher costs to you by raising prices. Sometimes rising wages lead to higher prices, which then lead to demands for even higher wages, a cycle called the wage price spiral. Both forces can push prices up across the economy. Understanding these causes helps you see why inflation happens. You can fight inflation. Don't just watch your money lose value. Invest in assets that grow faster than inflation, like stocks or real estate. Index funds let you own a piece of many companies, and historically they outpace inflation. Real estate can rise in value and rental income can increase with inflation. Even a fixed-rate mortgage helps. You pay it back with cheaper dollars over time. Boost your income. Ask for raises, learn new skills, or start a side hustle. Spend wisely. Look for deals, buy generic, and avoid unnecessary big purchases. Every dollar saved and invested is a shield against inflation. Make a plan, take action, and let your money work for you.